But if you close your eyes,
welcome back to the show, friends. My friends out there, our next guest is doing great work within our school. She's an incredible English teacher, the students tell me, and I concur. Teaching here at North County for 4 years and the leader of a vibrant organization in our school. That engaging group is called PBIS. The guest today is another soft-spoken, friendly teacher, Mrs. Scoble. Ms. Scoble, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
Let's get started. Can you tell us, for those who may not know, what is PBIS?
Sure, so PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions for Students. So really what that means is just making sure that the community within a school has positive incentives that encourage students to follow our school motto, which is stand tall. So students who are studious, thoughtful, accountable, noble, and determined, those students sort of, they are the product of what PBIS is, because they're following our rules and really showing everyone else what North County can be. Okay.
Mentioning students, does students play a role in the PBIS?
Absolutely. Without students, PBIS would not exist. They have various roles. So, for example, students have what we call the opportunity to join Student Voice. And if you're not sure what Student Voice is, it's a great opportunity for students to come together as a group from all different communities of North County and sort of express their feelings about our school culture and climate. So they talk about what things that they want in the building, things that they're unhappy with. So, for example, last year during Student Voice, it was brought up that kids really wanted a time that they could meet with their teachers outside of the classroom so that they could get extra help. So then PBIS took that idea from Student Voice and we created nighttime, which started at the end of last year. So it's a
how
really
that
great,
started.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering how nighttime established. How many teachers are involved with PBIS?
I would say I think every teacher is involved in PBIS in some way, because it's really, without them, we wouldn't be able to encourage students to keep the positive behaviors that they're doing and reward them. But we do have 2 charters. So teachers this year are joining charters, which are essentially groups for them to develop as professional learners. And there's one in regards to students and one in regards to teachers. And those, I would say there's about 20 teachers on each charter. And it's their job to really, come up with ideas to make our school a positive place. Because I think sometimes the thing that students don't always see is that teachers want it to be just as positive of an experience as the kids do.
Absolutely. You speak of kids. How is data tracked so that kids can receive incentives through PBIS?
Sure. So we have our quarterly incentives. The first one is actually a movie night, which is going to be in November, right before the Thanksgiving break. And the way that we're tracking data for that is that we pull things like tardies, we pull things like attendance, we pull things such as grades. And the way that we look at those numbers is we're looking for students who are really trying to make a positive change. So even if they have 1 or 2 slip-ups, we're looking to see that over the year, those slip-ups become less and less. And that's really what PBIS is about. It's not about being the perfect student, but it's about showing that you're willing to be reflective and work on yourself as a person.
That's excellent. You mentioned movie night.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that take place at?
So it's going to be in the auditorium, and we have 2 days. So I believe it's going to be the freshmen and the juniors will meet together, and then the sophomores and the seniors will have the second day. And last year we got to see the movie Up, it was what's the one with the feelings, where they have different feelings with the little girl. Oh, I can't remember.
One is not. That's not.
But it was incredible, and the kids were like all singing at the end, singing the songs and laughing, and it was just like a great feeling to be part of that incentive.
Absolutely.
And then we also have our field day, which is at the end of the year, and the students, I think that was like the biggest. One of the best feelings I've ever gotten from being here at North County was seeing those students go to field day, feel appreciated, and just rewarding those kids who over and over again meet our expectations. And we don't always thank those kids for meeting our expectations, and they were just the look on their faces was something I'll never forget.
Absolutely. And I remember a lot of kids who could not go because they didn't reach the right incentives to really go was highly disappointed. Sometimes our student population doesn't realize that teachers work very hard to try to give them incentives And I assume that PBIS is doing tremendous work and doing, as we can hear, movie night, the field day, and some other incentives and things of that nature. So your organization is definitely doing things that help students out. So kudos to those teachers who are manifesting change within our North County high school system. What would you like to share to the viewers and listeners about PBIS that we don't know about or students don't know about?
I guess one of the most important things that maybe students don't see is that teachers are really focused on students and what they want. I think sometimes they think that we're not really hearing them, and that's what PBIS is all about, is getting feedback from those students. But we need them to open up to us,
Absolutely.
to give us those, those comments so that we can make changes in the school. So the more open they are with us and joining things like Student Voice or letting us know they want to be a part of that is super important for our organization to work.
Absolutely. And again, you've been here 4 years, and can you tell us something about you that we don't know? I like to ask my guests that. So many people, many students and staff members, they see you, but they may not know something about you that you want to tell.
So I guess, at least when I talk to my students, they always forget that I was a teenager once. So I like to tell them sometimes a little bit about me. I had purple hair in high school, so I definitely went through my punk rock phase, and I don't know, they always they're always shocked. They're like, my teacher had purple hair, and I was definitely, I think that I felt disconnected from my high school experience. I didn't necessarily felt like I fit in. So I think that's why at North County, I'm really with PBIS, I really want everyone to feel like they have a place. Wherever that place is, it doesn't matter as long as they feel like they have some part to feel positive about their school.
So because of your high school experience and you have a tremendous understanding on something of our student population may be going through, so you can relate to them,
Yes.
and that what makes you a qualitative teacher. You as well are part of a good department here. What is your department doing this different than other departments are doing as far as the English department is concerned?
As far as English, I would say that we are super collaborative. I've never worked with better people who are willing to share ideas and give feedback, and to give positive criticism also, just, hey, this didn't work or this did work, and then coming together and making change. I don't think I've ever taught the same full unit in the last 4 years, because every time I teach something, we all get together and we change it and make it new and make it more interesting and make it relevant. And I think that's one of the really great strengths about the English department.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'm pretty sure you have other things you want to do. We have our homecoming festivities today, but I'd like to thank you for coming to the show.
Thank
and
you.
You're a friend of the show, so you're always welcome back to share anything that you believe is relevant to students or staff that's happening within our school population. So once again, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Scoble.
Thank you.
No problem. See you next time.
See you next time.
And coming up next week, we'll be having a conversation with two premier individuals as a part of our North County school population. So until then, thank you for watching Pass It On, and we'll see you next week. Take care.